Anguish, as loved ones or friends or co-workers, people we know have had to suffer through this horrible virus, have had to suffer losses from it. More than 77,000 Americans have succumbed to it, and there are tens of thousands more losses to come, most likely. That fundamental truth just can't be hand-waved away. Polling shows that people know the reality. 71% of Americans are more concerned by the government lifting social distancing restrictions too quickly, compared to just 29% who said they are worried restrictions are not being lifted quickly enough. An overwhelming number of people are worried about lifting social distancing restrictions too quickly. The president cannot wave away the virus, cannot pretend that he is not overseeing economic devastation, or that the very real fear that people have about going back to work is invented, nonsensical. It's a real emperor being exposed moment here. And there is really nothing Donald Trump can do, I think, to convince us to ignore the reality in front of our faces. Here with me now, someone who's been trying to help Americans hit hard by this pandemic, Senator Bernie Sanders, independent of Vermont. Senator, let me first start by asking you your assessment of the reality we are in at this moment. How do you see things right now?
Chris, it is important for us to take a very deep breath and to understand that we are in the worst moment in American history, maybe since the Civil War. You mentioned the official figure of 77,000 people dying of the virus. There are epidemiologists who estimate that that is significantly lower than reality, probably over 100,000. The number of 33 million people who have lost their jobs in the last 7 weeks probably understates that reality as well. Even more people have lost their jobs. So we are in a terrible, terrible moment. You know, I have a large email following. And we sent out an email to people and said, tell us what's happening in your lives in the midst of this pandemic. And Chris, what we received from people by the thousands was literally so painful, I couldn't read it. I mean, the stories are, I lost my mother, I lost my job, I have no money, I can't feed my kids. I don't know what to do. Mental illness taking place, enormous anxiety. People are hurting in a way we have never, ever seen in our lifetimes. And to top it all, we have somebody so irresponsible, so not understanding the current reality as President of the United States, that it is just incredibly painful.